I'm gonna just go ahead and just start a conversation on the recovery. I actually worked today, and I was in rare form today at work, you know, and I was asked, you know, how do I feel now that I don't use drugs? This was a question. How do I feel now that I don't use drugs? Only thing I could say was beautiful, you know, because I do feel beautiful. I feel like a brand new person. Like when I first got clean, I feel like a whole brand new person. And it had me so hyped to the point where I was going around trying to get everybody clean that I know. You know, when I seen them, I was like, man, you got to go to the rehab. You got to go to this. You got to go to NA. You got to go to AA. But people wasn't listening. People didn't want to hear that from me because they weren't ready, you know. And then I was getting frustrated, you know, and I was getting a little ooky there a little bit because for one of my besties, my real best friend, was I was really trying to help her out. You know what I mean? God rest her soul. Today, she didn't make it through this. You know, she ended up passing. You know, and she passed with a disease that's definitely cunning, baffling, and powerful as well. And I thought about that, and I said to myself, God kept me here for a reason, you know, because sometimes me and her dealt with some of the same people, you know what I mean? And I was salvaged from, you know, catching, you know, a disease called AIDS, you know. So I felt blessed, and I didn't understand why, you know, or how, you know, she wasn't and I was, you know. And sometimes that's still a question to me to this day. You know what I mean? So the only answer that I get, and when I ask people this, they just say God has something different for you. You know, so I really am grateful for that, and I'm very thankful for that. You know, that I was able to, you know, for past that part. You know, I mean, I caught some, you know, some stuff, you know, some normal stuff, you know, because we do, you know, we don't be thinking about all that kind of stuff, you know, because the disease is so cunning, baffling, and powerful to the point where you don't even care about what can happen to you. You know, all you care about is getting that money, you know, so you can get that hit and you can get that drug. And it's so crazy that one little hit will make you go so far out of your senses, out of your mind, you know, to get satisfaction. You know, till we go ahead. If it don't come on, I'll just keep going. You know, you can't get that you want that little satisfaction. You know, like people, it's hard to explain some of these things sometimes to people who have not used or, you know, have not gone where, you know, drugs took me, you know, and took a lot of us others and some of your family members, or, you know, your loved ones and stuff. But to be able to sit here and talk about it, you know, comfortably, you know, because I'm very comfortable with talking about my experiences with drugs, you know, and I tell the truth about it. You know, I don't sugarcoat nothing, and I don't try to make it seem like, you know, I was different and something, you know, I didn't do the things that they did. There's a lot of things I didn't do that everybody did. You know what I mean? I didn't go out on the strip. Remember 2nd Street? You know, where the hoagie shop used to be? Moriano's, I believe, was the name of it. That was the strip. That was the strip people from where I'm from in Chester knew, you know, it was the tricking, you know, street. I wasn't in that type of tricking at that point. I knew people like cops. I knew lawyers. I knew people that had high-end jobs. You know what I mean? It's no different. You know, I had a problem with them telling me, because I had a problem with saying, nah, I wasn't no trick. I wasn't no whore. You know, I wasn't out there on the streets, you know, selling myself like that. Well, what difference did it make? They told me in the rooms, what difference did it make if you was in the White House? What difference would it have made if you was in the church? What difference would it have made if you was a queen or something? You know, tricking is tricking. You follow? A lot of people have a problem with that. They have a lot of problems with surrendering to that. These words that are in addiction, and are in our lifestyle are very harsh. They're vicious, just like I say. And I'm telling you, you'll fight yourself because you don't want to say this is what you are, or this is what you did, you know what I mean, or who you did it with. Of course, I'm not going to name, the people that was in, in the politics and all that stuff that finally realized once I started shriveling up, because y'all know I was 82 pounds by the time I got done. You know what I mean? I was looking just like Whitney Houston did in her time of, her addiction, bone, skeletal, you know what I mean? Looking crazy, looking real crazy, and before, I'm that Tracy Allen, that stylish girl, keep it ragging, you know what I mean? Chilling, got everything going on. Well, I never seen that they saw that I was becoming a junkie, because I never saw myself becoming a junkie. I knew I had, a problem far as, not being able to have a car no more, shit. I used to run and leave my kids when I was probably 20, you know what I mean? But I literally left them a whole lot. I had these guys, I had these people, you know what I mean? They used to give me big money, you know what I mean? Just to go out with me. But I kept coming back and I kept coming back, and our whole style of seeing each other changed. You know what I mean? I'm talking cops. I'm talking some cops. You know what I mean? And some lawyers. All these people who used to have a high level of respect for me. You know what I mean? Started seeing me as my mom and them saw me. My sisters and them saw me. Friends saw me. Some people in the community that was seeing me. You know what I mean? And as they seen, my behaviors and everything, and I'm trying to get this money, that money went down, 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 till it was to the point that they didn't even want to see me no damn more, except for the ones that were smoking cocaine with me. Some of them were smoking with me. You know what I mean? And when you smoking and your money is going down and things is not looking like they used to be, the two of us is going to become kind of like an enemy. You know what I mean? Because he ain't gonna want to share, they ain't gonna want to share, and I ain't gonna want to share. And then we start becoming, real nasty with each other, and we start stealing from each other. You know what I mean? To the point where it was kicking me out, it wasn't giving me no attention. You know what I mean? So now I gotta find new people to do this with. This is when the story get crazy. You know what I mean? Now I gotta find new people to do it with. Now I'm on that never say never, because I said I would never go out there and trick or do anything like that when I first started getting high. Now here we go. That never became reality. I end up going out, walking down the street. Everybody always used to say, you got that walk. You know what I mean? That walk used to get a whole lot of attention. I go walking up and down the street just like as if I was on 2nd Street. Walking up and down the street on Moriano Street. I think what was the name of that bar down there? Shoot, I can't remember the name of that bar, but everybody knew what that bar was all about, right by the train tracks. Then I started hanging around there, so ducking so people wouldn't see me, hoping other people wouldn't see me. But I'm thinking nobody is seeing me, and I'm doing good at doing the ducking. And guess what? Everybody started seeing me. Everybody started seeing me. So word started traveling. You know what I'm saying? Started traveling. Then I became out there like never, like not going home for a week. Shit like that. Leaving my kid, leaving my oldest son with my youngest son. You know what I mean? Oh man. The cops used to come to my house. People would call children's and youth up on me, but for the grace of God, I'm getting back to that blessing, y'all, where I was like, dang, I never caught the, AIDS or anything like that. But guess what? Children and youth never could catch me, not at home. That was crazy. Because those same police that I used to get high with, and the same ones that will give me that money, you know what I mean, and do what they got to do, you follow, would be the ones that would get the call and come get me off the street and take me home. You follow that? Take me home. And when I got home, I couldn't stay home. I would wait just for them to leave and keep on going, you know what I mean, and go right back out and do what I do. Once the drug was going, they started bringing me the damn drugs. That's the crazy part. You know what I mean? To keep me in that house. You know what I'm saying? Keep me in there. And one time, you know, one of them handcuffed me. So I couldn't leave the house. You follow? Came back. I finally came down, went the street struggling, going crazy. You know what I mean? Came down the street and handcuffed me. Sure enough, in that morning, they came to my house. But I was home. You know, now that's just God's work. That's just, I couldn't feel God at that point because at that point I still had no respect or believed in him at that point. You know what I mean? When them children and youth came, I straightened up real quick. You know what I mean? Like I've been home all the time. You know what I mean? And my oldest son was so used, and my next to the oldest son knew how to take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And when they came, I never let them know that it was children and youth, but most likely they probably did. Matter of fact, my son is on here. You can tell me if you really knew children and youth was coming to the house. That's something I never asked you. You know what I mean? But yeah, they used to come all the time. And my police people, you know, would get to me, you know, and save me from them, you know, because once the state gets your kids, and I'm quite sure some of you that's on here may be experiencing that or have experienced that or know somebody who has experienced that. Once the state come in, it's hard as hell, man. It's vicious. It's hard as hell to get your kids back. You follow what I'm saying? And you love your children. I love my children. I love my children. And I always kept telling myself that, even when people was telling me I love the streets more than I love my children. And that was not true. I love my children unconditionally. I just didn't have any type of tools or at the point sense, you know, or control to not use drugs. You follow? Not to use that cocaine. That thing was a beast. It was a beast. A lot of people tell me, I never knew you even got high. I guess you wasn't where I was, because I sure enough was around the city. But when I first started, it was low key. You know, I became addicted so quick. Right after that first hit, I became a chaser of cocaine. The first hit is always the best hit in the world. So that's what you look forward to. That's what you look forward to happen every time you smoke coke. That's what you look for, and you never get it no more. So that keeps you running. You hear me, Shelly? That keeps you running, that keeps you running, and that keeps you running. I can't really see what you're saying, Shelly, but you know where I'm talking about. You follow? And I'm glad that you live in your truth as well as me. You know what I mean? Conversating with this today is just comfortable. You know, I have no shame to the game. You know, I don't have a problem with who knows or who don't know. You know what I mean? They can join this live too, and they'll find out the real truth about what happens in that lifestyle and where that lifestyle took me. That's why I'm on this live, sharing and giving it to you the best way that I possibly can, to help you to understand that this thing is cunning, baffling, and powerful. You follow what I'm saying? And everything I'm talking about is still evolved and works around people, places, and things. But I didn't have these things to work on. All I had was the sickness in my head, in my ear, in the matrix. That's where everything was, in the matrix. And in the matrix knew what to do when, like I said, children and youth come around. You know what I mean? When it wasn't the cop that I expect to come get me. Look, they used to take me down the project. This cop used to get out. They used to take me around and just get the shit. Get it, and we go tear it up. You follow? You ain't got to worry about tricking, you know, with dumb shit. They lit too. They want to get just as high as me. You follow what I'm saying? You know, so being able to share this is such a blessing, and I have no problem with it. I have to keep saying that. That is no blessing, because there's so many of us that's in the closet. There's so many of us that act as if, you know, oh, I never did that, or I don't do that, or this can't happen to me. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Even if you home getting high. You follow what I'm saying? And you got jokers coming over your house doing the same thing. Same thing. It's all called tricking. If you're getting money for it and you're getting dope for it, it's tricking. Period. I had a problem with that in like 6 years clean. I would not say I was a trick. I would not say that I was a hoe. I just didn't feel as though that's what I was. I didn't feel as though I was on the strip out there selling myself like that. You know what I mean? I used to always tell my girls, because it was a pile of us, tell my girls, man, I'm not going out there doing that shit. I'm cool the way I got my thing going. You follow what I'm saying? But when I had to stop and learn how to listen more and really listen with honesty and keep myself open, you know, that I had to know how to accept things I can't change. Well, that particular point At the beginning, I didn't know all of that. But once I was like in recovery and in deep, I had my sponsor, they was on me. They was on me. She was saying, Tracy, you're not going to feel right until you surrender. You know, I said, I've already surrendered. I don't get high. I ain't been getting high in a long time. You know what I mean? I got 6 years of sobriety. She said, yeah. She said, but you know, this thing is every day. It's daily. You got to come clean inside and out. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I'm not saying that I'm a whore. I'm not saying I'm a hoe. I ain't saying none of that crap, because that's not what I was. Because disease is so cunning, baffling, and powerful. It was telling me, you ain't you ain't like that. You ain't no hoe. You ain't got to, let nobody make you say that. And that's how I felt like they was trying to push it on me so I could say I was what they was. But I prayed about it, y'all. I prayed about it. And I prayed about it with my cousin Levert, Reverend Levert Todd. I took it to him, and he told me, he said, cousin, you got to come truthful. You got to come clean. What make you any different than anybody else if you receiving money and receiving dope and you giving your body away? And he's the one who taught me how to pray. He's the one I used to go to when I was having deep problems with my situation. I trusted him, because even though he was my cousin, you know what I mean? And in the family, he never once repeated anything he and I ever talked about. And I trusted him with everything. So when he would say something to me and he talked to me, I listened a little better. You know what I mean? So I realized that I was still learning how to listen, so that I could hear. Because when I tried to talk over him, he just went, shh. And I would stop talking. He the one that taught me those 3 words. Learn how to listen so you can hear, then you'll start seeing. So I'll never ever get him for that. You know what I mean? I pray to him to this day. You know what I mean? And find peace in my prayer. When I pray to him to this day. So he said, you have to surrender. He said he couldn't make me surrender, and nobody could make me surrender to say what I didn't want to say. He said, you just got to write it down, and you keep working on that. And that's what I did. I wrote it down. I kept working on it until it started making sense. I started hearing other people share it in the rooms. My sponsor, she backed off it from that point, because you can't stress nobody, you know what I mean? And you can't tell nobody what to do in recovery. You have to surrender to it. You have to accept it yourself, and then the change will be made. Y'all hear me? Let me see some hearts if you hear what I'm saying. Because I don't see them. Can y'all hear me, period? Okay. Yeah, so I started listening, still not wanting to surrender, but I kept hearing people in different rooms. I was a meeting maker, man. I made meetings no matter where they was. We just went meeting crazy. You know what I mean? It was like, damn if you do in recovery and damn if you don't, because once you get into recovery, you have to make these meetings. You know what I mean? They say meeting makers make it, and back then we followed that, so we went to meetings all over the place, and I kept hearing people share this thing, then I heard somebody say exactly what I was feeling, you know what I mean? And I heard somebody say what Levert was saying to me, what my sponsor was saying to me. So I was listening real good. You know what I mean? I was listening, so that meant I could hear them real good. And then I had to just accept things that I can't change. It is what it is. I can't change this process of saying, if I took $5 from a neighbor, and I had sex with him, it's tricking, regardless. The truth is the light. And that's the way that I learned how to accept that part of addiction in my life and receive the blessing of recovery at the same time. So You know, I started sharing it. I started sharing it in the rooms, you know, and being as though I'm around the same people doing the same type of, was doing the same type of things that I was doing, I just got comfortable with it, you know, and it made me understand that why they say meet and makers make it, because nobody was judging me. Not a soul was judging me in there. You know, I was being judged outside the rooms. You know, I was being judged by people, places, and things outside the rooms. You know what I mean? Family members, people in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Da 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 da. I'm trying to make them see that I'm doing good now. You know what I mean? People still don't trust me. You know what I mean? No matter what I say, people betting on me. I had people in my face, dealers in my face, that was actually betting on me. You know, give her another month. She'll be back out there throwing money on the ground like they shooting craps. You know what I mean? These same people, now that I got clean, act as if that shit never happened. They act as if, you know, they never treated me like a piece of shit when I became that piece of shit in the eyes of the beholders, you know? And I let them know, you know what I mean? Oh, when I got pretty again, when I got dressed up again, when I started looking good again, and they went right back to, you know, looking at me like I'm the diva. You follow? Wanting to take me places, wanting to give me money, offered me drugs. You follow? So that's the most important thing, why you can't go back around the same people, places, and things. That taught me that. That hit me automatically. I said, they said this was going to happen. I'm a good listener now. I got to listen to what these people are saying in these rooms, because it already happened to them. And disease don't discriminate. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful. And it was doing me everything they were saying in there. This shit was just happening. It was just happening. And I had to believe them. I no longer put myself in society that way. At this particular time, I went to meeting after meeting after meeting until I became comfortable with myself, because I thought I was already comfortable with myself, and I wasn't. The more I saw people, it seemed like the devil was just saying, yeah, you know, come on, go ahead back out there with them. But you know what? Studying, listening, so I can hear what I'm being said where I need to be, around people who was just like me. You follow? Listen to other people on this side, like I said, the devil and the angel. People on this side were still trying to talk to me and make me feel like I was back and I was this and I was that. You know what I mean? But when it all boiled down, the decision was mine. The decision was mine. Was I going to go back out in this wicked society, or am I going to stick with the winners who's winning in recovery? And I chose to stick with the people who was winning in recovery. You know, and this is how my minutes, you know, seconds became minutes, and my minutes became hours, and my hours became a day. You know, my day became a week, and my weeks became a month, and my month became a year. And before you know it, man, I was counting up 15 years. You follow? 15 years. 15 years. That is such a beautiful thing, to learn how to get through 24 hours. Because this is how I live, and this is how I live my life. And this is how each and every recovering addict and alcoholic live our lives. We live one day at a time, you know, and that has to stick in your head overall, over anything, you know, because anything can happen in a split second. This disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it works through people, places, and things. And that taught me how to change my thinking. And I'm gonna tell you something about my cousin Levert. He never said anything to me like about it after that, because he seen that I was doing the work. He seen that I was doing the work. You follow? But if I needed him in any second, at any time of the day, he gave me the time. And if I called him and he didn't call me right back, he called me when he could, you know? So I had him more on a pedestal than anybody, including my sponsors in recovery, you know? And when I lost him, you know, I lost so much. You know, I don't even, I know my cousins and them don't even know how much that took from me when I lost my cousin, when they lost their father. You know, he was a great man. He was a good man. You know, he knew this thing, you know, and it allowed me to see, because he told me God was using him. You know what I mean? So I know God's using me as well. You follow? Because God will put the right people in the right places for you. You know, and then you'll learn how to respect people. You'll learn how to know that you can count on somebody. That was the person that I knew I could count on. And nobody in my family never knew anything. That's why I miss him so much. Never knew anything. You know, he never discussed it, but I discussed it. I discussed it with my mother. My mother was another one. She was like a sponsor to me. I let my mom know everything that she could have heard in the street about me. I'd rather be the one to tell her and to tell her the truth as well as I tell my children, you know, and I told my family, because people will tell the story and you could start a story from here, and about time it gets around to over there, the whole damn story done changed. You follow what I'm saying? Oh, they had me all kinds of stuff. I was dead a couple times, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? People that I had to tell my mother that I had to deal with. My mother was angry. She was shocked. She was very angry. She was mad, and I had to tell her, Mom, you can't be mad at them because I made the choice to do whatever I did with them. You know, and this is just how the world is. This is how society is. This is how the drug life is. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised to the people who's out there just waiting for you to be bad. You know, preachers, oh yeah. In the church, yeah. Deacons, yeah. Muslims, yeah. If you are a people, you are a people just like me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody do not do the right thing. Everybody do not want you to know what they do. You know what I mean? But they wear the mask to think that they are who you think they are. Oh, we run into that a lot. Anybody on here that use and anybody on here that know, tell it. Tell it like it is. I don't keep no secrets for nobody. You know what I mean? Because I'll be living a lie. You know, and for me, I got to live in my truth. You know, I'm not going to let with anybody who I have dealt with any type of situation hold me back from growing. Hold me back from cleansing me. Not going to do it. Not going to do it at all. You know, so you got to know when your people, when we as addicts is under the influence, we're going to do whatever you want us to do. We're going to do whatever you say. But when we in recovery, you follow? When we have found ourselves, when we are learning how to find ourselves, believe me, the truth is going to set you free. And you cannot let anybody, I don't care who they was, or if they related to you, if the people across the street, you know what I mean? If it's mother's friend, you know, or whatever, I'm going to tell a whole damn story. I'm going to tell a story because you know what you did. You know what I mean? I got to release that out of me. I got to cleanse me out. And like I told y'all, this thing starts with me and it's going to end with me. You follow what I'm saying? And my truth is going to set me free. That's why I don't have no shame to my game to talk anything about living your life in recovery and giving you information and education on what it takes for you to get better. You know what I mean? That's how I got into all this depression shit. That's how I started getting all that mental stuff. You follow what I'm saying? Because I was trying to save somebody who didn't give two shits about me to save me. You follow what I'm saying? The truth is the light. The truth is going to set you free. And I can care less what they think. I can care less what you think. I can care less what anybody think about me because I got a higher power greater than myself that has helped me to get where I am today. And it's still helping me, hopefully, to see tomorrow. But I ain't in no rush for tomorrow because we got the rest of the day to finish. You know what I mean? We got the rest of this day to finish. And today I feel good because right now I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm lit up. I'm telling you. This truth do set you free. You follow what I'm saying? And the feeling feels so good. It is such a beautiful feeling. We're not monsters. We're not nuts. You know, we're not crazy. We just made mistakes. And we believed in society and we believed in the drug that made us feel good, that all we wanted out of it was to feel damn good. That's it. And that drug lied. The first hit told the biggest lie in the world and turned me out. Turned me out. And the crazy part about this is do not discriminate. It don't discriminate. And like I said, the functionals, God bless you. You know what I mean? You may not do what I did, but it's sure enough killing you as you do it. Believe that. It's sure enough going to treat you like you are okay and make you feel like this thing is awesome. And it is not. It's a silent killer. That's exactly what it is. It's a silent killer, you know, and it will make you comfortable in your skin, but your insides is just being ripped apart, and you don't even feel it. You don't even feel it. This is my expectations of it. This is how I feel about it, but it's just common damn sense to me anymore. You know, ain't no way you're going to do drugs and you're going to be all right. Ain't going to happen. You're going to be all right. It's going to interfere with something inside there. It's going to stop something from doing what it has to do. I see a lot of people sending a lot what they saying. I hope I can catch some of this. You know what I mean? So I can kind of read what you're saying, because some of you are asking me some things and I can't quite catch them yet, you know, but continue to do it, because y'all know I will get it, you know, sooner or later, you know. I see author visionary LC Logan. How you doing, sweetheart? And thanks. You said, yes, people whisper and talk poorly about my parents, right, in our faces as children, then judge us for its shame. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, look, people was doing me, you know, and feeding me and all that stuff. But when it was around, my people was talking about me like a dog, like they never did nothing. You know what I mean? And I ought to be ashamed of myself. Well, you ain't ashamed when you sitting your ass there doing it with me. You know what? You ain't ashamed when you talking all this around my children. You ain't ashamed when you saying all these things and my family hear you and my kids know. You ain't ashamed talking about me being a bad mother. Shit, you only helping the problem. That's all you doing. And at the same time, you doing it too. Some of us. You know, but I learned how to forgive and let God. Taught me that too in the rooms. Taught me that too from the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous. You know what I'm saying? Because if you read the 12 steps, it is a healer for each one that you read. You follow? For each one that you have to work on, it's helping you heal. You know, it's helping you to forgive. You understand? It's helping you to change, make change. It's helping you to come closer to a higher power greater than yourself. This is why I say, read these 12 steps. Just go through them, you know, even if you don't do drugs. I use it for everything. I use it for everything that I know and I feel as though I need to surrender to and make change in my life. I try to read the Bible. I'm just not as good as in the Bible as like other people are. I can't quote from the Bible. You know what I mean? But you can read that Bible and you can talk out that Bible and I'm going to feel every bit of what you're saying. You follow what I'm saying? But that don't make me, you know, have to do it that way. You know, I'm a good listener. Recovery also taught me how to listen. You know what I mean? Because I need to use my ears that way for the other things that I don't do, or I have not done yet, or I should be doing. You know, it's whatever works for me. And how it can work for me. I listen to a lot of the people. I don't do church. I don't go to church. My experiences at churches, none of them was good. You know what I mean? And I know and that's the big churches. Now I know I can go into a smaller church, you know what I mean? And I can get more from a smaller church than I do the church that I was raised in. You follow? It's about the people. It's about, you know, the place, you know, and the things that's going on and being said. You know, for me, devil's always there. You know what I mean? Disease will stay amongst me. Even if you don't think it's there, it's there. I know it's there. It'll turn me away from certain things, and it'll allow me to know that, you know what? This may not be a drug house. This may not be how I used to be out there scamming, but a lot of damn shit going on in here that ain't for me. So I can't be there. You know, I can't get judged by that, you know, through you, because I know God's not judging me because I'm there with him. And I'm also down here saving me, making the right decisions and the right choices to do what I have to do to me, because I want to get in the gate too. And I know I've done a lot of things, and I know I've correct a lot of things. I correct my thinking. But one thing good about me, I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid. I was never crazy. I was only on drugs. I was on some drugs that was trying to make me crazy or kill me or send me to an institution. You follow? So for me, I love where I am. I have 24 hours in today to make choices and decisions in every part of my life. This thing starts with me, and it's going to end with me. And we have a forgiving God, even for the places that I have spoke about that's doing terrible things. You know, it's like NA and AA, we don't get none of that from there. Hey, everybody in there, doing the same thing, striving the same thing. They not judging, they in there still trying to fix themselves too, and that's my comfortable place. That's my comfortable place. Until I find somewhere else that can make me comfortable. I don't like chaos. I don't like to see fake stuff. I don't like to see this person out and didn't get in this place and you acting all like this, and all like that. Well, that's not for me. That's a part of my people, places, and things. That's a part of my choice that I don't want to be around that. And I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it makes damn good sense to me. And it's my choice. And God still bless me. Again, I receive blessings all the time. I pray about these things. I pray about those people. I pray about those places. When the devil said he was going to spread, he spread it all around. I can see that clearly now. The rain is going. You follow? And you can't judge me for how I see things. So what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. You know what I mean? But I'm always listening, and I'm always open, and I'm always learning. And if it makes sense to me, by all means, I'm going to put it in my toolbox. Best believe that, because that's going to help me to be better and blessed. And just to let y'all know, I haven't seen my girl come up, but she'll come back on. She's going to come back on. I'm sorry we had all this, technical difficulties thing. You know what I mean? If I have to go to her and sit on her couch, that's what I'm going to do, because I was waiting to listen to Kiana today, because she has such a powerful message. You know what I mean? And she's such a positive person, and she and I have been some places, that was just like together, but we wasn't even there with each other physically. It's just the effect of the disease that brings us together, that we can feel each other and understand each other. I'm gonna let her share her story. I don't want to get into too much about Kiana, because she knows better than me. I'm just saying to you guys, I know she was supposed to be on here, and then y'all hung in there with us, and we really appreciate that. I really appreciate you. And to still see all of you that are on here allows me to know that I'm blessed. She and I both, I'm blessed, because y'all still showed up and y'all hung in there because y'all wanted to hear and listen what we had to say. You know what I mean? And Key, if you're still watching, you know what I mean? We just have to do this again, and we'll put it out there again, and she's definitely going to be on my live show. There's no doubt about that, because I'm putting that together, now. I see you, babe. You can join, what does it say? You can, let me get my glasses. Ain't nobody told me to get my glasses. Y'all know I always forget the darn things, but I can't see it back from here. It said you can join my live. All right, we can go on your live. How can I join your live? Tell me what I can do. Tell me what I can do, Kiana, to join your live. That'll put you on here with both of us again. Can you join my live? Oh, it said, can you join my live? Nelly, can I join her live? I'll send I'll send a request. Okay, so what do I see? I'll see you requesting me to come on. I did a practice and mine worked. Okay, well, what do I have to do? I'm sorry again, y'all. That say bring Robin Holland onto video. It doesn't say. Kiana Erica Gray just said, it is yours after party. What is it? Erica Granger said, it is your after party live. LOL. Okay, Erica. Okay. Now here's a red dot that came on. Oh no, that's a heart. Y'all, let me stop that. It'll get me thrown all off into this. I'll wait to see if I get a request from you, Kiana. And then I'll push it. My daughter is not here now, but I'll do the best that I can. You know, you guys got a lot of comments on here. I wish I can get to them all, or some more of them. Let me see if I see. Hey, Dawn, I see you on here too. Danny, how you doing? Regina, how are you? Deborah, hey, cuz. Hey, cousin. And Rachel, I just felt like I would go through some of the names again. Hi, my girl, Michelle. Hey, look, you know I see you on here, right? You know, she gonna help me out. There's no doubt about that. That's my #1 girl. Kiana say, I believe you have too many devices active on Facebook. You want me to turn it off? I only got 2. I only have 2 on. I have my iPad on, and I have the iPhone connected on the live. This one is not even on, in it, or whatever. Tanisha Jizzit, if you're on your live, you can't join hers. Okay, that's the one that just banded me, y'all. Sending me messages now. Hey, cousin. How you doing, Dad? Miss you, too. And I did see Michelle. I saw Treese. I seen Hud, Diane. Hey, y'all, I know y'all will be there. It's no, but hey, Marta, see you. My girl Denise, absolutely, always there, always there. Janelle, hey girl, Janelle, Rita, hey Rita. Rita, I know you probably sitting there like, Dad, I ain't know that about you, Trace. Yeah, girl, I can tell a whole bunch of stories, honey. That drug world is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Cunning, baffling, powerful. But you know what? Today I could talk about it, baby. I could talk about any of it. You know why? Because I'm defeating that devil. I'm defeating him very well. You hear what I'm saying? I say 1 word, 2 letters, 1 syllable. That's no. And no has to mean no by any means necessary. You hear me? You hear me? No has to mean no by any means necessary. All that time, all it took for me was to say no to drugs. That's all it took. And that's what saves me today. I have to say no, no matter which way it comes to me. No has to mean no by any means necessary. And that's 1 word, 2 letters, 1 syllable. That's all it took. And today is simple, but to do that in my time of getting high, girl, please. I didn't even recognize the word no. Even the whole time you was telling me no. That shit didn't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? But today is one of the most important words of my life. One of the most important words of my life. I have to cherish that word. I have to always keep. It's like having up, your armor. When you sword fight, you always gotta have that shield and that sword. That's what it is for me. I have to keep that word plated right here. No means no by any means necessary. And that's what saves my life to this day. That's the power word. All of us is addicts. Gotta say no. Because guess what? Hey, Maya, guess what? The disease is still lurking. It's still in me. It'll never go away. You know what I mean? That's another thing people don't see or don't understand, that disease never go away. When we get this disease, it's just like cancer. It goes into remission. But it's not guaranteed never to come back. They know that it can come back. It can get silent. And they can give you things to fix it. You know what I mean? To make it silent. But then out of nowhere, it'll pop up right back. And when it comes back, it's stronger than it was the first time, or stronger than it was the second time. You know, so is disease of addiction. So is drinking and drugging. You know what I mean? This sickness, it's the same damn way. You got to put it in remission. Always know that it's there. Always be aware that it's there and that it's just leaking, just sitting there, just chilling, waiting to kill you. You understand? To kill you. And my medication for that is when it talks to me, I have to say N-O. Ain't like I don't hear it. Ain't like I'm not feeling it. You follow what I'm saying? Because I am on the alert of it. I know that it's there. I'm not going to say, oh man, I'm well. I've been told that from many people. Girl, you fine. You ain't gonna worry about that shit no more. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got to worry about that little stinking disease for the rest of our lives. We have to know that it's there. We have to know that it will never go away. We have to know and understand that we put it in remission, and that's where it has to stay. That's why I call mine Trey. You follow? That's why I call mine Trey. And when I learned how to listen so I could hear, it taught me how I had to make changes in my life. I had to change my thinking, you know what I mean, in order to remain knowing that disease is real and knowing that disease is there and it's not going to go anywhere. So now I got to change my people, places, and things. I got to change the way that I think. I got to change the way that I eat. I mean, everything comes around with change. So you know they say nothing changes. Shit. Goodness gracious, I'm starting to get all hot. Change is constant, nothing constant but change. I didn't understand that at the beginning, but I sure enough understand it through my years of recovery. I sure enough understand, because I teach myself stuff. Sometimes I say stuff, y'all, come out my mouth, I'll be like, that was nice. You know what I mean? Or, ooh, I feel that. You know what I mean? That's my blessings. Those are just more blessings just hitting me because it makes sense and I'm helping people. You know what I mean? And I'm doing it like it's nothing. You know what I mean? But it is something. It's a blessing, not only to the person or to the people, it's a blessing to me. And I was a person that didn't believe in prayer. You know what I mean? I was a person that was beat up by hurt, pain, anger, resentment, all that before I even did drugs. You follow? This thing takes you a long way. It takes you a long way. It allows you to get to know who you really are. You know what I mean? And that's just God. It get to know who you can be. You know what I mean? It allows you to know wrong from right. You know what I'm saying? It allows you to make rational decisions. You know what I mean? Versus irrational decisions. It allows you to think before reacting. You know what I mean? It allows you to not judge. You understand what I'm saying? To whoever is going through something, but to judge disease that lies in you that'll make you do what you're not supposed to do. You follow? Oh, so much to this. It is so much to this, you know? And yes, it is based off of a religious program. You know, the program just allow us to make a choice of what type of God we choose to believe in, because some people can't get through what I got through. God didn't exist to me because he wasn't helping me. I felt like he was hurting me when I was a little girl coming up until I got into my addictive lifestyle and started doing drugs, you know. But he slammed me down and said, this is enough. You're going to know that I exist. And he put the people in my life that taught it to me. And starting with the first one was my cousin, then my sister. They helped me and taught me how to have patience. They taught me what prayer does, that it doesn't happen right away. You know what I mean? God will answer it and it will come. You know what I mean? And you're going to know and feel when it does happen. You know what I mean? So I started looking forward to that. And guess what? Long as I kept doing what they told me to do, it happened. it happened. And it wasn't that simple. You know, so when your loved ones is out there and they getting lit and they doing what they do, they just can't hear yet. They can't hear yet, you know, and disease got their emotions, all the good emotions locked down. You know what I mean? That one hurt didn't get them yet. You know, it will, it's coming. Don't give up on them though. You know what I mean, Mary? You hear what I'm saying? Don't give up on them, because sometimes you got to live and let God. You follow? You know, you got to live and let God, because see, when you loved ones go through this adventure and this disease with us, it's a part of you too. It hurts you too. It aggravates you too. It makes you angry too. It gets you frustrated too. Where you be like, man, nigga, they just gonna go out there, they just gonna hurt themselves. They gonna go out there, you're gonna die off that shit. You know, and sometimes they go out there and they just do just that. But you still hurt. So understanding and hearing the truth of how this thing works in us is the reason why I'm on this live. Like I said, things work different for everybody, you know, even us addicts, far as when we make our decision to get right. You know, we can't fix anybody. We can't make anybody surrender. You know what I mean? It's something that definitely has to be done with self. Keep praying for them. See, keep praying for them, because see, somebody prayed for me. You know, when people in them rooms was praying for me daily, some all day, all night. People are always up in the rooms. People is always, you know, getting clean. People is always believing in this, you know what I mean? And praying for you too. You know what I mean? People in the church is praying for you. People in the mass chairs is praying for you. People is just praying. You just have to know and hear the prayer. You know? So you have to fight. It was the fight of my life, and it's the fight of any addict or alcoholic's life. And it's painful to fight it, because disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it whoop ass. That's what it do. And it'll beat you down and hold you down till you can't get up. And find out all I had to do was say no from the gate. But I was caught up in the society, you know, wanting to be somebody, that cool girl, that's what's up, that's who I am, and that shit took me out. Took me out real bad, real bad. But even being taken out, I was still being blessed. That's the most important thing. I just didn't know it, because I didn't know how to receive it. And that's what happened to most of us, you know, and we get stuck out there, you know, we get stuck. We're trying to be somebody, you know what I mean? A lot of people still doing the same shit. I've been out them streets for a long time and they still doing the same shit. But that's what makes them comfortable, because they think it's okay. But the more alcohol you put in you and the more drugs that you put in them, but in yourself, believe me, is silently tearing you up, making you feel like it feels good, you know, and being caught up still in that society really makes you feel like you somebody, going out there, going through all kinds of nutty, crazy stuff. You know, well, that's not what I want in life. You know what I mean? My eyes are clear. It's clear now that the rain is gone. I'm still Tracy. I still love everybody. You know what I mean? I just know what's not good for me. You know, I don't look at anybody any different. I talk about the disease. So hear what I'm saying. You know, I'm not talking about you like a dirty dog. I'm talking about the sickness like a dirty dog, because I can, because I live with the little hussy. You follow what I'm saying? And like I said, what works for me may not work for you. You ain't ready for it yet. You don't want it yet. And then some of you are still in the closet who just don't want to come out yet. You know what I mean? Or don't want nobody to see that you're not that person that you used to be, which wasn't really good, because you're still functional, because you're still working, and you're still getting cars, you're still people pleasing, you know what I'm saying? And you're drinking and you're drugging, and that's a silent killer. That's the only message I'm trying to put out. And I'm not telling you that you have to stop. That's a choice that you have to make for yourself. You hear me, Denise? You hear me, Denise? You know, it's hard to watch our loved ones suffer. It's hard to sit back and let a person drink all day, every day. You know what I mean? And you enable them by buying them liquor. You know what I mean? Or getting their drugs. You know what I mean? And for me, it's just not right. It's not good. It's wrong. And you think you're saving them. No, you may be thinking you're keeping them off the street, but you're not saving them because they dying. You know what I mean? Slowly, they getting it bad. You know what I mean? And you giving them the drugs, or you giving them the money to get the drugs. No, I'm gonna say that to you. I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it because you don't know which hit, which drink is going to be the last one for them. And again, when you have somebody that you love and you watching this person that's disintegrating and all that stuff, oh, just keep it out. Oh, she all right. She just give her a drink and she'll be okay. Wow. My eyes is open so clear to the sickness that I can see what some of you may not see. You follow what I'm saying? And you may be looking at your loved ones been drinking since you've been a little child. Disease will slowly do what it do. You know what I mean? I think I shared that before with my dad. My dad was a functional addict, what they call him. Functional addict, drove a tractor trailer, never had a crash, never did none of that. But he drank that gin 24/7. That was his breakfast, that was his lunch, and that was his dinner. And when he got sick, you know what? The real neutrals and the naturals and all the nourishments that he needed to get well with couldn't even work. And you know what my dad told me? He said, Trotsky, if they take my gin, I'ma die. And guess what? They took my dad's gin, and my dad was gone within a week and a half because nothing was strong enough to help him, even if they did pump vitamin, irons, and minerals inside him. My dad was drinking almost from the age 7. Back then, his dad drank. You know what I mean? Drinking was a man. They made you a man. You know, we went. Our generations had to go through a whole lot of abuse, mentally and physically. You know, so that's how deep I get into, you know, the lifestyle that I live today. You know, because I want to know, you know, the full correct understanding of this nature of sickness. You know what I mean? With these alcohol and all that hell. They got them in markets for you to buy this shit today. You know what I mean? And we're just talking about it. Just think, weed is free now. Put so many people in jail for selling that shit, man. I was one of them, you know, selling weed and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you can get it in stores. They got the little places for you to get it. Think about your children 10 years and now, your great grandkids. If you see what alcohol and the cocaine and the perks and all this shit did to our generation and the generation, you know, before us, just think what it's going to do to our babies. Let's educate them, y'all. Let's educate them. Let's do everything that we possibly could do to let them know that it is not fun. It is dangerous. Every bit of it. And when they see us do it, they don't fear it, because that's what made me do the things that I was doing, because it wasn't being feared, it was being enjoyed. And it's like the world just turned totally against you once you become the uncontrollable junkie. So love your people. Get to understand all of this. Everybody is not going to agree to what I'm saying, and that's okay. It's all about agreeing to disagree, you know? And I know it works for me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I'm not a doctor, lawyer, nor am I Indian chief, but I am, and most certainly is, a grateful recovering addict. And I do have a lot of information and education that I am willing to share to the next suffering addict, and even to the ones who don't do drugs, you know. And a lot of things that I'm saying when I talk about the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, any type of addiction, I feel it can help any kind of addiction. You know what I mean? It can help you stay out them bars. It can help you, you know, not to shop so much. It can help you to stop smoking. It can help you to stop gambling. You know what I mean? Addiction is addiction. Addiction is a big word, you know what I mean? And you can be addicted to a whole lot of things, but you have to have something that's greater than yourself to help you to restore your sanity, to learn how to overcome it, you know what I mean? And to become aware of it. You know, the challenge is always going to be there, because that's what addiction does. You know what I mean? It becomes a disease. It becomes a monster. It becomes your second head. You know what I mean? It gets in the intercept all into your memory, you know what I mean? And it flips it all up and down and break the brain all apart, and it's in the matrix up there. Like I tell you, it's like a puzzle broke apart, and you got to find the pieces to put them back together. Y'all hear me? I'm feeling this shit too. I really am. And I hope I put some time in here, you know, good enough so that we could have made up for the time that we missed. But believe me, Kiana will come back on. You know what I mean? Like I said, even if I got to go to her, you follow? Because everybody ain't going to be able to come to the couch. Everybody ain't going to be able to come to the couch. You know what I mean? But I will come to you too. You know what I mean? And we can do this live from your place. It don't matter. We can meet somewhere and do a live. You follow? Anybody who's interested, anybody who wants to come on, anybody who wants to share their strengths and hope, by all means, come on, let's do it. You know, help me to help other people who wants to be helped, or help other people that don't know help is available. You know, to help other people who we can make up and just start thinking about what they're doing. You know, even if you think about your situation, that's first step too. You follow? That's first step too. That's a plus. You follow? That's an awesome thing. You know, when you tell yourself the truth for the first time, or you're able to feel yourself for the first time, because I'm telling you, this feeling is awesome. This feeling is unlike any other feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you, the love that I love in me today, I've never felt in all my life, and the love I have for my children, the love I have for my family. Long as I found that love for me allows me to have enough for you. It allows me to love these people, love my children, love being a mother, love being a grandmother, love being a great-grandmother, love being a drug and alcohol counselor, love being a wife, love being a friend. You understand what I'm saying? I just love living. You know what I mean? Because I'm in a high that's greater than anything. Drugs can't touch it. Society can't touch it, because I'm in me. You know, I actually feel me. I feel me for the first time of my life. And God knows I don't want to give this love up for nobody or nothing. So if I fell from it, it's going to be because I chose to. It won't be any people, places, and things making that decision for me. Ha! Woo, boy, I'm telling you, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling it live. I'm just feeling it. And I feel good even to share this with you, because if it's helping somebody, God bless us. And God bless you. Trust me. Come out of that mask. Unmask yourself. Because we wear many masks. We wear so many masks that we lost, because you have so many masks on. You never even tried to fix it. You never even recognized that you wear a lot of masks. I'm telling you, give recovery a chance. Give recovery some time. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight. I've been clean for a long time, and I'm still learning and learning more things as every day go by, even if I got to go over the same thing 20 times. Change is constant. Nothing constant but change. Recovery is a blessing. 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous is a blessing. 12 Steps of Alcoholic Anonymous is a blessing. Y'all see, when I get to talking, my words start showing. Sometimes I make words up. I don't know if I did any tonight, but you know, you hear what I'm saying. You know how they coming. You know, I get the stuttering and all that, but that's okay. Long as you hear me and long as you understand me, you follow what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. And I know I done had y'all's time for a long time. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulty that came amongst this. But like I said, devil ain't in my way, because I'm still going to put some shit out there. I'm still going to tell some truth. You know what I mean? And y'all still listening. So that lets me know that he has this. He got this. It's meant to be said. It's meant to be put out here. You follow what I'm saying? You know, I could stay on here all damn night. Don't make a difference to me until I fall asleep. You follow? But I'm appreciating everybody that's been on this live tonight. I hope that more of you can come on this side and let's do this thing. Let's do it. It's nothing wrong with it. I don't care if you still get high. I don't care if you get high, stop, get high, stop. People need to hear it. People need to hear it so we can have people understand it. You know what I mean? You're not judged, not here, you're not judged. You know what I mean? You're not judged at all. Out there, people judge us. You know what I'm saying? But people like us who try to live our lives in a better way than we used to live our lives under the influence of drugs and alcohol, they're going to always judge us. They're going to always judge me. Oh, she crazy, she did now. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Why? Because I know who I am. I know where I've been, and I have accepted the things that I cannot change, and I've changed the things that I can, and I damn sure got the wisdom to know the difference. And that ain't a stand-up. You tell me what it ain't. You follow? And I hope that myself and other, religious programs, we can all get together in one whole place and give it to them. You follow what I'm saying? Give it to them. We can't be separated. You know what I mean? Because we all putting out the same thing in a different way. What works for one may not work for the next. You understand what I'm saying? May not work for the next, but guess what? The help is needed. It is needed in any and every way we could possibly bring it. Because guess what? People dying, y'all. People is leaving here. Our babies, our kids, our great-grands, they turning against each other. They get high first. Most of them, they even shoot some damn body. You follow? This thing is vital. It's vicious. It's terrible. Let's get together. Let's not stay separated with it. You ain't gotta worry about me cussing. I know how to act where I'm at or where I'm around. But cussing for us as addicts is part of our language. You understand? It's just part of our language, and it's what we do. You know, it ain't like that can't be fixed either. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but I know how to be. I know how to be around anybody, any place, anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Believe me, I do. I can address myself very well. You follow? So don't let that turn this away. What I'm saying, we need to get together, y'all. We need to do something real nice and something real big. You know what I mean? And for all the people that you can bring and I could bring and the next person can bring and the next person can bring is a blessing. And it may just help somebody. You follow? It may just help somebody. Again, pray for the still suffering. Pray for the still suffering. Pray for everybody. That's not much to ask for. So I'm gonna let y'all go because I think it's going on 9 o'clock, and I love it, and I appreciate everybody who hung in there and stayed in there with this live. Again, Kiana and I will get together and we'll set another date. To she could share her strength and her hope. You know what I mean? And because she is vicious. And I'm telling you, the girl got a word. And we apologize for the mishap with these phones. It's all about this technicality stuff with this crap. You know what I mean? But me and Kiana, like I said, we'll get together if I got to go to her, and we can do a live anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you will get to hear Kiana. I hope that I said something tonight that helped somebody. You know what I mean? I shared my truths, and some of my hopes with you, as I will do every week that I come on this live. Because like I said, if I get one person, my job is well done. Somebody heard me, somebody listened. Will it change you overnight? I don't know. What works for you may not work for me, but I'm sure enough not going to stop. You know what I mean? Because I love what I'm doing. I love what I do. And I love who I've become, and you keep me straight. You guys help me so much. You don't know how much you helped me with my sobriety. You follow what I'm saying? So again, Key, you were saying something. I saw something. I mean, if y'all read some of these messages, Kiana is also saying something on these messages too. You know what I'm saying? But I told him, Key, we're going to get together again and we're going to do this. We're going to have Kiana. She said she still was trying to get on. I see that somewhere. And we know you was. I just had, what you and I discussed on the phone. I just kept it going until we do. And I was hoping that you did pop on. But guess what? We're going to get together and we're going to do this again. We'll make the time. We'll find the time, because I truly can't wait to hear your story. truly can't wait. And I'm quite sure they can't wait. That's why all these people's on here and all these people hung in there and was waiting, but they truly understand the circumstances. You know what I mean? So again, I thank everybody. I thank every single person on this live. Y'all, when y'all get off this live, share it. You know what I mean? You not only got to share it today, share it tomorrow too. You know what I'm saying? Share it so we can bring some more people on this live and help more people. Look what we're doing now. It can only get greater and it can only get better. Share it. Just keep sharing it. That's all we got to do. And if you need to go back on it, listen, y'all. Every one of them is on YouTube now. You can go to YouTube under Living in My Truth, Tracy Allen Living in My Truth, and it'll start from the beginning all the way up to now. And this one will be on this week too. So if some of you haven't been watching, go to YouTube and start from the beginning and catch up with everything, because at the beginning definitely puts you through the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous. Again, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you so much. And I hold on, this is Kiana, y'all. Hey, Kitty. You know I'm feeling it, right? I still want to go on. I still want to go on. You hear what I'm saying? I still want to go on some more. You know? Huh? All right. If y'all go to Kiana's live, she's going to invite me to her. So if y'all still want to hear some more and still hear some of Kiana, go to Kiana's live as soon as I close this line out, which I'm going to do today, right now. And I just want to end it with the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I see you guys on Kiana's live. She's putting it on now.